Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, Gautam.
Yeah, okay, nice. So let me share my screen. So first of all, let me give you a small intro. Like uh, okay, I hope my screen is visible, right? So myself, Gautam Kumar Chetty. So I have over 10 plus years of experience in the field of cybersecurity as a red teamer, as a blue teamer. Okay. So currently, I was a security architect in one of the reputed organization. I handle multiple projects simultaneously, and I hold different multiple certifications like CH, like a CISM, like AZ500, and many more as well. Okay, so I was in the part of multiple different projects, migration projects, like teaming side of projects and blue teaming side of projects. So handle SOC operations. So in the SOC operations, I handle SIEM, vulnerability management, like EDR, email security, malware analysis, threat hunting. So multiple whatever the like services we have in like SOC, I handle everything. In parallel to that, I handle complete red team operations, like red team engagement, so identifying the vulnerabilities, making sure that a organization is safe from IAM side and a PAM side as well. Okay, so that is what about me. Okay, so this is a very small intro about me. Coming to the course, the course, what we are here today is like a security operations engineering course, right? It's like a SOC engineer. So let me share the screen again and let me go over the SOC engineering like template.
Hi Gautam.
Yeah, hi.
I was just having one doubt. Is it SOC engineer and SOC manager both are different job profile or same job profile?
There are different job profiles.
Okay. I think SOC managers they will handle the client calls, all those things, handle the projects, right?
Exactly.
Okay. L2 and L3, mostly L3 is called as SOC engineer, correct?
So it's like beyond L3. It's not like exact L3. So
Okay.
so it's like beyond L3. So that is what the difference we are today we're going to discuss about. Okay. So what is the difference between like a SOC L1, L2, L3? And before I want to like a deep dive, I want to
Okay.
understand from you guys so your what is your background? So you are already into the SOC operations or any other operations. So based upon that, we will discuss and so I can let you know that. Okay.
Okay. I will tell my brief job profile. Actually, I am working in BPO, but I have done job course SOC L1. I don't have any hands-on experience, but I do have PDF and all those things in Azure Sentinel tool and CrowdStrike, EDR in Microsoft Defender.
Okay.
So I have knowledge like IOC and SOAR. I am very good with the fundamentals, and I have not worked practically, but I've seen many live cases. My previous trainer have helped me with the live cases. He used to teach me this is the issue. We have to do like this by multiple incidents I have handled. In the course, I have handled the multiple incidents like malware analysis, ransomware attack, and other multi-factor authentication failure, mass
Yeah.
delete, mass upload, all those things in L1 they have done teaching. However, due to I have interest in L3 or manager role, I am applying for this course. So just spoke with Sai stating this. So Sai told just go and see the demo class. Then if it's you are suitable, you can join. Sai told. So I have just came here.
Sure, sure, sir. Like
So
above.
Like Gautam, I have just done the course, but I've not worked hands-on training because actually I'm working in BPO,
Mm-hmm.
non-voice process, international process.
Okay.
Working in BPO for non-voice process. I've just little means I have not hands-on experience. And as I told, this will be they will be giving labs, online labs, each and everything will be available where you can practice and then you can learn. So directly you can apply for L3 jobs. It is possible, right?
Yeah, it is possible.
Okay, thank you, Gautam.
Thank you, Abhi. So, yeah, yeah, Aishwarya ji, or like anyone, because I
Mm,
want to
Hi,
understand from you, like,
hi,
Hi,
good afternoon,
Gautam.
sir.
yeah, one by one, please. So, like, what I will
Uh,
do is I will unmute one by one, so you can introduce yourself. Okay, so I will start. Abhi's done. Yeah. Okay, I ask you to unmute. Yes, please.
Hi, sir. I am Aishwarya, and I'm currently working in Rockwell Automation as a desktop support engineer, and I am
Okay,
trying to change my domain to cybersecurity. And the base in running in Rockwell Automation, a project has been running to based on the SOC. So I am decided to change my domain to desktop support to SOC Analyst.
nice, nice, Aishwarya. So, okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Ashwin, Avinash.
Yeah, hi, good evening. This is Avinash here.
Yeah, Avinash.
Yeah, currently I'm working in the Narayana group of institutions. In their corporate environment, I'm working as a cloud administrator role.
Okay,
I do manage the AWS as well as the GCP environment. I do manage the servers and deploy the applications. I
nice,
just
nice,
want to switch my career to the cybersecurity environment.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Avinash.
thank
Yeah,
you.
Am I audible? Hello.
yeah, you're audible.
Yeah,
Sandeep,
I am
right?
Sandeep.
Yep.
Yeah, I am Sandeep, and I am from a network security background. I have an experience of routers, switches, firewalls, and cloud securities also.
Yep.
And now I want to explore in the threat hunting uh, domain. So
Okay.
I joined this course.
Nice, nice, Sandeep.
Yeah,
Yep. Thank
thank
you.
you. Hi, Gautam. This
Yeah.
is
Hi,
Leela Dadi.
Lil. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this one I have around 17 years experience in the .NET technologies as a full stack developer with the front end and back end development. But I have taken a gap. I have taken a break from my career, and now actually I have started a business. That is the reason I have taken a break. Now it is around 6 years from for the gap. So I spoke with the Sai regarding my issue. Is it possible to resume my career in cybersecurity? And he said this, and obviously you can do that. Like that, he told me. That's the reason I
Yes.
joined the class to see whether I can fit into this role or not.
Okay. Yeah, Leela. Like we'll discuss on that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
once you got the demo, like once we're done with the demo, so we'll get a name, like answer that whether you can fit or not. Okay. So everyone can
Yeah,
fit in
thank you.
cybersecurity. So it's not like so I was in a different domain and okay. So next,
Uh, Myself, Rudesh here.
yeah,
I,
Ridesh.
I started my career, like I have 15 years experience. I work as a platform lead actually. So
Okay.
I started working as well as manager, and I have previous experience in pen test and all. So
Mm-hmm.
currently I'm in a data environment, like as well as cloud as well as on-prem. So, but still, I was, taking back to my security, because of my passion, thought of learn and, search for some new job. Understand, like, so many jobs are cutting down in the market. So I'm also new to this SOC level, but I support for manager level for incident management, threat management kind of basics, and currently a platform. lead actually. So this is a data pure data platform. That's all. Thanks.
Nice, Ritesh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hello guys, good morning. Can you hear me? Or afternoon?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, Ehige is my name. Currently working as a team coordinator, and though I've done some courses on SOC integration and the analysis, the L1, L2. I've been able to do one or two personal work, but I've not really practiced it on a global scale. But
Mm-hmm.
today now, my interest in learning the engineering is to be able to guide or even direct a business I'm actually in charge of now. And they're actually trying to deploy their first SOC environment. So it's one of these that is just coming at a time when I understand what they are doing so that I can actually relate to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, hi Gautam.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Sanjay. So I have a 5.5 years of experience in Azure Sentinel, currently working as L2 detection engineer. So want to learn more things on the detection side and as well as threat hunting side as well. That is the reason I joined
Nice.
the class.
Nice. Yep.
Hello, Gautam. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, Viplav here.
Yeah.
Actually, I have experience around 3+ years of experience in SOC Analyst. Okay, currently I'm working as L2.
Okay.
So I just have a plan to switch in coming months. I mean 6 to 8 months. Okay, I have a plan to switch. Okay, can I move to SOC engineer side, or should I go with as L2 or L3 in SOC Analyst role? I just join here to know more on whether it is good for me as SOC engineer or not.
Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah,
You
okay,
already
okay.
have 3+ years of experience. You already doing as a SOC L1 and L2. You know the things, right? So the
Yes,
next
yes.
the next jump is to SOC engineer, right? So that is, yep.
Yeah, okay. Based on our research, okay, I just got to know that there will be less vacancies compared to SOC analyst, right? Whether it is good to go as SOC engineer or not. Compared to SOC analyst, I can see low vacancies for SOC engineer.
Yeah, it's not like that, okay? Because so when you
Mhm.
are doing this course, you're going to learn a lot of things, not all like engineering point of view, like detection
Okay,
engineering point of view, like creation of correlation rules and everything. And you are going to work on threat hunting. You are going to work on how you're going to like perform the malware analysis. So it's like from basics to advanced. So with the engineering touch, so if you want to shift to like if you are in already in L1 or L2, so if you want to go
yes,
to the L3 level, so you can move to that. So if you are
okay,
already having good amount of experience, you want to go to the managerial level. So here you can fit in a managerial level as well. So it's not like a particular point of view that okay, uh, whether I want to move to the SOC engineering role itself or not, because so every organization will not directly give like okay, this job is a SOC engineer role. So someone will
hmm,
call as an L3 role, someone will call it as a detection engineer role, someone will someone will people like some organization will put it like a managerial role and they will put it you in a like a engineering kind of stuff, and someone will ask you like an architect and they will like put it in engineering kinds of roles. Okay, so it's not like
okay, okay.
the thing. So based upon the content, based upon the things you learn, you can apply for the further upcoming like jobs roles. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. And
Yeah.
another query. So actually, currently I'm working on QRadar and I have experience on another SIM tool,
Mm,
Rapid7 SIM. Okay. I
okay.
don't have knowledge on Splunk and Azure
S-
Sentinel. So
yes,
can you give any introduction or somewhat L1, L2 side in the Sentinel and Splunk?
exactly. So we'll start
Uh-huh,
as I
okay.
told, right, we'll start with very basic, so that
Okay.
because here if you see here, So we are not in the same domain. So there are different domains here, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
someone from the .NET, someone from the different other domains. So we want to be in the same page. So when we are moving into the SOC engineering kind of role, so that
Mm-hmm.
whatever the dependencies, so like a networking concepts, operating system concepts, or else like a SOC L1 investigation, like L2, what L1 do, L2 do. So once we've done that, so how we're going to implement everything. So we will discuss like that, and we'll start a journey like this. Okay, and so that's why I was asking like your intro. So based upon that, so I get to know that. So what is the point I need to take, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Yep. Yeah, and so we'll do it quickly. So and Vinay,
Yeah, hi Gautam.
yeah, Vinay.
So I am Vinay. So currently I'm working in Amazon since 4 years as a risk specialist.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, I do not have any cybersecurity experience, but I've seen my colleagues shift to that, and they had a very high growth in recent times. So I just
Yes.
don't want to waste time and learn this as quickly as possible to have more growth in my career. So I think
Nice.
it's better to move cybersecurity than coding. I think this is the best time for me. So I thought.
Yes.
So I talked with Sai and said that yes, this is the best time. You need to shift. So
Yes.
I'm really waiting for you.
Yeah, Vinay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Gautam.
Thank you. Who is next? Avinash, you are done?
Yes, I already done with the
Okay.
speaker.
Vinay, Venki, Venki, Srinu, Radhika, Prashant, P. Madugula.
Hi Gautam,
Yeah, hi.
this is Prashant. Currently working on EDR since 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just want to learn SIEM.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any I have 0% knowledge on SIEM tools. So
Okay.
can I expect any alert investigations and correlation
Yes.
rules and tuning
Yes,
kind of
yes.
thing here?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So may I know what is the difference between engineering and SOC analyst?
So analyst is a common person who is do like performing an investigation. So when you got an alert, so you'll just investigate, that's it. So and who is going to create a correlation rules, and who is going to install those SOC solution. So entire EDR solution or entire SOC solution, who is going to design it and implement it, right? So there is a engineer who is going to do that. Okay, that is what we are going to learn here.
Okay, can I think a SOC analyst is a subset of engineering?
So, so if you want to become a SOC engineer, so you want to start your career as an L1. Later you want to do L2, like you start with an investigation. Later you want to do fine tuning. Then you want to create some correlation rules. Okay. So later
Mhm.
you will deploy the entire SOC, okay, in the organization. So you will design and deploy the SOC. Yes, it's like a subset of the SOC engineer, but SOC engineer is the like higher level of roles.
Okay.
Yep.
Avinash, I think one doubt. I mean, it is when the person doesn't have any much exposure on SOC analyst level, or incident support on the security level. We create never did any role create and all. Is that okay? We can cop up with this training, that learn
Yes,
something.
yes.
Okay.
Because as I told, right, we'll start with like a zero, because here we are not in the same page, because every if you are in from different background, if you are from security, even if you are from analyst background, if you are from different other domains like BPO and everything, right? So to make everyone in a single page, I'll start with a very fundamentals. So the first 15 days will be very basic fundamentals. Okay. So then we will move to the like level by level.
Okay, sounds good. So because as I mentioned, my experience, I have heard many guys are experienced. So when we complete this course, when we look for market, definitely we have to be keep some sort of experience level gauge on my resume, our resume, right? That's
Yes.
I'm asking. Yep. Thank you so much, Gautam, for your kind
Thank
support
you.
help.
Yeah. Yeah. So is done. Okay then. So now I can understand that. So we are all not in the same domain, right? So someone have the like already exposure into cybersecurity, someone don't have some experience into cybersecurity. So now let me talk. Okay, so what is this course and like for whom this course is for? Okay, so let me talk about like SOC engineering. So what engineer is like? Let me ask you the question: what engineer will do? Can anyone tell me that what is the exact meaning of engineer or
Who
engineering?
who in design, who plan and design.
Yes, and also implementing that.
Implementation deployment.
Yes, exactly. So here we are doing the same thing. So what SOC engineer do? SOC is nothing but a security operations center, right? So in SOC, so we have multiple processes. So one is SIEM, one is EDR, one is email security, one is malware analysis, one is threat hunting, incident response, like vulnerability management. So we have multiple processes in a SOC. It's like a security operations center. So as an engineer, we are going to deploy, config, design everything. Okay. So it's like integration and implementation of entire SOC. So as we discussed earlier, right? So what is the difference between SOC? There are some SOC roles like we have so L1, L2, and L3 roles. Like let me pull the whiteboard here so that I. So what might be the SOC hierarchy? So when we are discussing about SOC hierarchy, okay. Okay. So when we are discussing about SOC hierarchy, so for example, we have a level L1. So what L1 will do? So his role is like, okay, role, what they do. So what they do. So L1, what they will do, so they will call as a SOC analyst. Okay. And what they will do, they will just monitor like alert monitoring.
Is the screen visible for all? No, I couldn't actually.
Sorry. Let me reshare it again. Is it good now?
Yes, thanks.
Nice. Sorry. So what they mainly do, they mainly perform the alert monitoring and triaging. Okay. So when we are discussing about L2, so or L3, okay. So what they will do, they will perform threat hunting, they will perform some more like kind of stuff. Okay, they will do like a threat hunting. Okay. So they perform advanced investigation and everything. So they will identify the root cause analysis and everything. And also sometimes they perform on the correlation side, fine tuning of the correlation rules and everything. Okay. So coming to like so engineer. So after L1, L2, and L3, so we have a SOC engineer. Okay. So there is no level like L4. Okay, this they called as a SOC engineer. So let me write it very clearly. SOC engineer. Coming to the role, like a SOC engineer. Okay, so what they will do as a SOC engineer, we perform like a lot of things. Like one of the thing is performing the creating the correlation rules. Okay, and performing the attacks. Okay, it's like a kind of purple teaming, performing the attacks. Okay, so based upon the attacks, we will create the correlation rules. Okay, so this is the major difference, and also implementing. So implementing the entire SOC. So after this, we have an architect. So we have an architect. So he called as a SOC architect. Okay. So what they will do, they will design SOC. Okay. So as an engineer, so as an architect, so when we compare to in our real environment, in a real life environment, so when we are planning to construct a house or when you are planning to construct a mall or any a, a particular building, so first what architect will do, architect will give a design, right? So whether architect will give the design or architect will enter into the land and he will start doing construction, or he will guide all the employees to perform the construction. So architect will design it, right? So then the engineers will construct it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Right? So this is the difference. So coming to the all the technicalities, the engineering engineer, the person who is called as an engineer, is going to do all the stuff. So whenever a particular SOC architect will just give a layout. So based upon that layout, so we need to implement, we need to install, we need to create the correlation rules. Okay. But in our course, we are also learning some designing part as well. Okay. So as a SOC engineer, we will also learn some like part of designing. For if you we will take some scenarios like a 500 so there is an organization with 500 employees, like 500 endpoints, 200 servers, so with the Linux and Windows environment. So how we are going to configure the entire SOC engineering, so on how we are going to automate that. So we are going to learn some designing as well, so on, so that we are going to cover the some part of SOC architect as well. Okay, so what our journey will look like. So we start our journey as an L1. Okay, so what we will do initially, we will deploy everything. So it's not like we are going to put everything ready made. Okay, so with our own hands, we are going to install all the Splunk, Sentinel, creation of correlation rules, or deploying everything, and we will perform the attacks. So whenever we got a result, then we'll start an investigation of L1. Later, we perform a threat hunting, okay, and also advanced investigation. So like an L2. So later we write a correlation rule. So we will do an automation, like we will help. So we have a tool called Atomic Red Team. So we'll deploy those Atomic Red Team in one of the virtual mission, and then we will perform an attacks. Okay, so once we will try to do some type of attacks like malwares, like phishings, and from our engineering point of view, how the system is behaving. So we'll identify how the system is behaving. So once you get to know that how the system is behaving, we'll write a correlation rule. Okay, so once we have the correlation rule in place, we'll test the like a attack again. So whenever we perform the attack, then our SIEM should be trigger an alert. So this is the hierarchy. So this is what we are going to learn and what we are going to like achieve at the end of the day. Okay, so now let me come back to the screen. So as an engineer, so here also as an analyst, we know that we monitor the things, we detect triage, and we perform some incident response. All right. So coming to the engineer, like we integrate, automate, and do a platform management. So this responsible is for the building and maintaining the entire SOC operations. So it's not like also we are only working on a SIM. We are only working on EDR. We are not. We are only working on a like particular email security gateway. We are only working on the threat hunting or a incident response or a malware analysis. So as an engineer, we need to know everything. As so whatever the thing we will discuss in a SOC security operations center, we need to know. So whenever you want to discuss with whenever you want to discuss on SIEM, you want to know what is SIEM, EDR, right? So as an engineer, we are going to learn every component in security operations center. We are not going to restrict to a particular SIEM or particular EDR. So we are going to learn SIM, EDR, email security. We are going to learn the malware. We are malware analysis. We're going to perform. We are going to learn threat hunting, incident response, and everything. Okay. So as we discussed right now, so we have an L1, so we have an L2, and we have an L3. So L1 who is going to perform just like a security alert investigation, perform initial triage and classification. So and he will escalate to like L2 and he perform the documentation and everything. So as an L2, what they are going to do, they are going to perform a deep investigation and they perform some malware analysis and reverse engineering. So they coordinate with the team and they maintain the containment. Right. So for example, we have a brute force attack. If it is a successful brute force attack, the L1 people will understand that whether it was a true positive or a false positive. So once it's a true positive, he is going to escalate to the L2 people. So L2 is going to investigate thoroughly and deeply. So what is the root cause of that? So why the credential was lost? Right. So he is going to understand that what is the root cause of that particular attack. Okay. So then we have an L3 who is who is going to perform the threat hunting and they're going to use intelligence and they're going to like integrate the threat intel feeds and they're going to perform the threat hunting. They create the hypothesis and sometimes they will perform the forensic evidence collection and analysis and everything. So here comes the SOC engineer. So what is the core responsibilities of a engineer here? So here, so we can divide the SOC engineer responsibilities into technical architecture and platform management. So these are the two major roles as a SOC engineer, a person will be taking care of. So coming to the technical architecture, like he's going to design and implement SIM. Okay, for example, as we discussed, right? So as I told, like for example, you have an organization with thousands of employees, and there are some thousands of endpoints with multiple operating system. Some are utilizing Windows. Even in the Windows, we have 10 and 11. Coming to the servers, we have different kinds of servers like Linux, Windows, right? So how you're going to manage them, how you're going to onboard the logs of all these missions, and how you're going to correlate, and how you're going to create the correlation engine, and how you're going to create the detection rules for those entire organization. So that is what we are going to see later. How to configure the a SOAR platform, like a orchestration, like automation. Okay, so how you are going to integrate the security tools and data sources. So how you are going to deploy API connections and custom integrations. Right. So we are going to learn a lot of things here. So some organization, for example, there is a legacy mission, which we can't install any SIEM agent or an EDR agent to manage it. So in that scenario, how we are going to manage it, even though that was an internet facing server. Okay. So how we are going to collect the logs and how we are going to push the logs to the our SIEM. Okay. So that is what we are going to learn. So on how we are going to perform do a scalability and system performance. So how we are going to optimize the system performance. So this is an entire you are going to do an R&Ds on different tools and you are going to perform different attacks and simulations, and based upon that you are going to create a correlation rules so that it not affect a common user. So common user in this, for example, I'm an employee, so I'm an HR. So I was utilizing my day-to-day activity. I was working my day-to-day activities. I was using my system. I was Okay, so this like EDR or SIEM solutions or a DLP solution, whatever the agents we install in our like mission, that should not affect the performance, right? So that is also one of the key importance in the organization that okay, so that is also we need to take care of. Later, like the platform management, like maintaining the security, like infrastructure availability. Okay, that means for example, so you deployed everything. Okay, you installed, for example, take a Splunk, you install Splunk, and you install all the agents and everything, and you put all the servers in a one of the cloud environment, or it's an on-prem or cloud. It's no matter like that. So it might be anything. Okay. So the next, major role is to maintain that infrastructure. Okay. So for example, you put everything, and all of a sudden Splunk is not working. Okay, right? So you should maintain that. Okay, so not only like installing and deploying the things, you need to maintain. You need to implement some automation and orchestration. So managing log ingesting and data pipelines. Okay, and we are going to create some and maintaining detection content as well. Okay, and also providing technical support to the SOC analyst. Okay, here, so you need to give some like explanation, not explanation, it's like a technical support to the SOC analyst as well. So SOC engineering is the bridge between security operation and technical implementations. Okay, ensure that the technical, the analyst team, okay, who are going to handle the SOC, EDR and everything. So whatever the necessary tools your organization like or you are implementing, so make sure that those things are available to the SOC team in a regular basis. That is like a maintaining. Okay, this is what the major SOC engineering role look like. And next, so we're going to learn all these platforms like SIM. We're going to learn Splunk and Sentinel. For EDR, we're going to learn on Defender. So in SOAR, we're going to use the same Sentinel. So threat intelligence. So we're going to implement all the sticks and taxi. We're going to integrate all the sticks and taxi to the our threat platforms, and we will do some automation as well. Okay. Yeah. As a SOC integration, so we'll design. So how a particular workflow should be look like. So how a uh, organization, for example, what might be the capacity of that organization, and what is a perfect tool we need to implement, how to design that. Okay, so we'll do entire designing, and then we'll implement the entire security operations. Okay, so that is like what we learn in the module wise. Once we done with the basic intro. Okay, so once we done with the basic intro, like network fundamentals, cybersecurity fundamentals, and attacks. Okay, so then we'll deep dive into this workflows integration. This the module tools like a SIM deployment and integration, like planning of architecture, data source integrations, like content development. Okay, content development in the sense we are going to create the correlation rules, dashboards, so transforming raw log data into the actionable security insights. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Like after that, we're going to perform the SIM architecture. So SIM deep dive. So so Splunk architecture and Sentinel architecture for multi cloud environment, or like a hybrid environment on-prem and cloud. So how we are going to manage the things. Okay, so that is what we are going to learn here, like how the forwarders will work. So every component, how every component will work, and like how we are going to configure that component to make sure that it was working as smooth as possible. Okay, so that is what we're going to learn later. Log source onboarding. So we'll start with networking data like endpoints, cloud platform. Like we already will create multiple accounts in Azure and AWS, and we'll deploy few missions here and few missions there, and so we'll few missions in our local VM as well, like this. Okay, like Kali, Windows, and Ubuntu. Like this. Okay, and Metasploit as well. So this is like we'll create some infrastructure, and then we will perform the attacks and everything, and then we'll create the entire source of what we call, it's like an engine, like how to create a proper engine for our SIM solutions, okay, or else on EDR solutions as well. Okay, we'll deep dive into how the normalization will work, so like how the data will come and how the data will be segregated. So for example, we have a raw log, right? For example, okay, so we know that every mission generates some logs. So these are the security logs. So okay, so let it load. So wait for just a few minutes. Okay, so every log will be generated in our machine, right? So what we are going to do, so every log will look like in a different manner. Okay, for example, so the log will be generated like this. So Windows have a friendly view, but Linux and other machines don't have a friendly view. So for example, if you take a firewall logs, if you take an IDS, IPS logs, or a proxy logs, so they will not look like this friendly view, and they look like some XML format or mostly in the JSON format. Okay. So what should we need to do? We need to like understand these logs, and we will make sure that the normalization is happening perfectly like this. Okay, where we can read in a perfect manner. Okay. So then we will do the parsing, right? So let me again pull here. So log parsing. So once the normalize like parsing is done, we'll do some normalization. Later we'll perform the contextual enrichments. Like means, for example, every log will don't have all the data. Sometimes some fields will missing. So how to create that fields? So you're just not only collecting the logs, and we're not only just ingesting the logs directly to the machine. So there is some engineering work we need to do to make sure that log look like perfectly, okay, in our SIM solution. So we'll do that. So later we'll create a correlation rules to detect the particular attack. Okay, so how to identify those attacks. So without any correlation rules, SIM can't understand whether it was a real attack or is a true positive or a false positive, whether it was attack or it was a log. Okay, because we are just sending every log. So how SIEM or every SIM solution will identify that it was a malicious thing? Okay, so we are giving some correlation rules so that it can able to understand that, okay, whether it was a attack or whether it was a true positive or a false positive. Okay, so that is what we are going to investigate. Okay, so to generate an alert, so our SIM solutions need to know whether it was a brute force attack or a malware, it was a like a lateral movement or a persistence. Okay, so it have to understand that first. Okay, so how it knows that? Based upon the correlation rules, based upon our detection logics, the system will understand that, okay, this was uh, a malicious uh, thing that we need to be like investigate. Okay, so that is what we will do later, like designing and visualization of dashboard. Okay, this is what we will do, because uh so so many times analysts will see some dashboard, right? So a lot of time the analyst will create some few, but most of the time, like engineers will design those dashboards. For example, you have an organization, and this organization is suspect to like brute force attack, because it's like consider this particular organization is very rarely suspect to the brute force attack. So what an engineer will do, okay, so he identify that and he will analyze, okay, all the patterns, and he knows that, okay, most of the time our organization is hitting with this brute force attack. So what he will do, will create some dashboard for that attack, and he will write some automation for that. Okay, so that they can understand um, better, right? So the visualization, so how we will do that. Okay, so based upon that, what we will do, so mean time to detect and mean time to respond. So majority of the time, so whenever the attack happened in the organization, that will be take at least some days or some months to identify. Okay, it's a real attack. If it is a real attack and the persistence is happening, okay, so it takes a lot of time to understand what is happening actually. Okay, even we have multiple SIEM solutions or EDR solutions. Okay, so we'll understand that how to identify them, because when we are learning threat hunting and everything, so I will give we will learn, right? So we'll learn a lot of hypothesis to understand. So what is that? So what hypothesis I need to take right now? So how to track an APT, like advanced persistent threat. So we'll learn all these things. Okay, so later we move to the endpoint security. Once we're done with the SIEM solutions, if you see here, there is a lot of curriculum we have in the SIEM itself. Okay, so we are going to design, implement, creating of fine tuning, like normalization of logs. So we will do a lot of stuff there itself. Then we'll move to the EDR section. In the similar manner, so we'll like do a lot of stuff here itself. Okay, so GPOs like group policies, and we'll do some like automation on the EDR side. So we'll use Microsoft Defender here for a lot of stuff, or like incident response, and we'll perform the like so we'll maintain we'll identify each and everything from the system performance to the incidences, and we'll automate the things as well. Okay, that is what we'll learn a lot of major things here. So once we've done that, so we'll know everything. So how you perform the orchestration, like the difference between SIM and SOR. Okay, so and also we'll develop some use cases like malware detection, ransomware prevention, insider threat monitoring, how we are going to do that. Then we'll go for the threat intelligence and feeds. Okay, how we are going to integrate the threat intelligence and everything. Okay, so we'll do a lot of stuff like that. We'll learn a lot of stuff like this. So how to integrate the sticks and taxi, how to onboard the threat intelligence. So what threat intelligence tools we need to use, um like VirusTotal, IBM X-Force. Okay, so there are sticks and tags integration. So like how we can perform the automated IOC ingestion. Like so how we are going to identify the indicator of compromises, how we are going to identify the IOS. So this is also what we're going to learn. So then we'll integrate the network security device integration. So we'll perform the packet capturing. So what we will do here in the sense, okay, we'll perform the man in the middle attack, and we'll see how whether our security solution is able to identify that man in the middle attack or not. Likewise, we will simulate every attack, and we will see, and we will create correlation rules and everything. So we'll integrate the firewall integration, syslog and API integration methods. Then we'll move for the cloud security integration. Okay, so we'll create a uh, different accounts in as I told, right, we'll create an accounts in AWS and Azure. So we'll use the native tools, and we'll integrate the things. Okay, yeah. So this is what we're going to learn there. So once we're done there, so how are you going to automate? Like we'll work on the a SOAR implementation and everything. So okay, and the SOAR platform. So we're going to cover a lot of things later once we how to create the playbook, and how to deploy that deployment of playbook, creation of playbook, and the use cases we'll learn. So vulnerability management, as I told, right, though there is multiple operations in SOC. So one by one, so we are going to learn everything. Like from we start with the SIM, we go with the EDR, then threat intelligence, then we move for the vulnerability management. Okay, so later incident response and case management. This is one. Later, like in the module 10, we're going to work on the compliance and reporting. Okay, for example, if it is a PCI DSS, if it is a HIPAA, if it is a GDPR, okay, how we need to fine tune our correlation rules, or how you are going to fine tune our entire SOC, okay, SOC implementation in based upon those compliance. So how we need to put the compliance in place, and the performance matters. So how to reduce reduce the performance, increase the performance of all the
Huh?
tools. That is what we're
And
going to learn. So later
person
we're
and
going. Okay. So later we're going to implement or integrate the red teaming and blue teaming integration. So how we need to simulate the attacks. So for example, to like understand a particular attack, we need to simulate that attack, right? So that we can understand better. So without knowing the attack, for example, if we don't know how the ransomware will work, we can't able to understand how the correlation, how the system will behave and how the like correlation rule will need to create, right? So that's why we will start with attack. So we'll first understand what is that attack and what is the impact of that attack and how the system will behave for that. And then, so we'll come up with the correlation rules. Okay, so this is what our flow will be. And we will integrate the MITRE ATT&CK framework. Okay, so the end of the day, so we are going to work on the different projects. Okay, so here I'm going to give like a entire like designing. So how we have infrastructure, how we are going to implement every end to end. So this is the phase where we are going to be as our levels will be like an engineer, so that once you're done with the projects, so whatever the knowledge you're going to come up with from the module 1 so to the module 12, so this is like a project place phase where you are going to design your own entire SOC operations and implementing the security posture of that particular thing. So coming to the lab environment, so here we are going to create our own accounts, and so we are going to create, I am going to guide you each and everything. So where we are going to deploy everything in our own lab so that we can whenever we want, whenever you want to practice or whenever you want to replicate it, you can do with your hands, right? So that is one thing. So and the other thing is like I'm not going from the date one, I'm not going to use the PPTs like this. Okay. So from the day one where I will be on the whiteboard and I will be on most of the time, it's like an entire practical. It's not like a theory where I can deliver, where I can like show you and everything in a PPT, right? So it's not like that. So from the day one, we will not have a PPT. So we'll have a materials. I will share the materials and everything, and everything is like a practical way. Like we create the attacks, we create the rules, okay, and we'll fine tune the rules. So we will let me show you in a simple manner. Like so coming to the tools, so we are going to learn Splunk. So initially we'll start with Sentinel, then Splunk. These two tools we are going to learn coming to the tool wise. But as a security side, you want to understand that the concept is very much important than the tool, because so if you are an engineer or if you are an analyst, if you are if you're doing any threat hunting and anything, tools might changes. Okay, tool might changes. The process won't change in the cybersecurity. So once you understand the process, so you can implement this process in on any tool. So tool doesn't matter here. Okay. For example, if I teach you on Sentinel and Splunk, okay, you can able to do the same replication in any other tools. But the thing is, the UI might changes. So for example, Splunk utilize SPL or Sentinel utilize KQL. The other tools utilize different other like languages and the scriptings. Okay, but the logic won't change, right? So how to detect the name, for example, let me show you here directly. So let me open the a virtual machine here. So for example, so I opened an event viewer, right? So let me open the event viewer once again from here. Okay. So now we have some logs. So what, so what if I remove all the logs? What log will be generated? What event ID will be generated? Okay. Let me clear all the logs. See here, there is a 1102, a log clear event was generated. Right. Now what I will do is I will randomly give some wrong passwords. Okay. Sorry. Let me log in again. Okay. I was logged off. So let me randomly give some wrong passwords here. So we'll see what event IDs will generate. Consider someone is performing a brute force attack. Okay. So I just,
Gautam,
yep.
nothing.
Okay. So meanwhile, let me also open the, say I was generating some 4625s, right? So even you can see this in my mission here once I was logged off, like logged in, like so it is taking little time. Okay. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me power it off and let me turn it on again. So basically come to the SIM here. So let me search for the 4625 events, the event ID 4625. See here, this is the events which we generated now. So all the 4625 events we are generated now. So account was failed to log in, right? So this is consider this is a simple brute force attack. So what we will do, what we will do is, so we will do the similar way. So what we will do, we'll simulate the attack. We will see them in our mission. We'll see in our mission, and then we will write a correlation rule here. Okay. On top of that, okay, let me go to the Sentinel. So let me click on the investigations and incidents. Okay. So we cleared the logs, right? So we cleared the logs. So then we got a log cleared logs here. Right. So And coming to the alert, coming to the rules. So we'll create a correlation rules here in the configurations, analytics. So we'll create the analytic rules here. So how we're going to create the analytics rules? For example, schedule query rule. So we'll add a rule name, then we'll add the description for that. Then we will create the logic here. Okay, so based upon the logic, so once you find here and fine tune here, based upon the logic, we'll get the alerts here. So that is what we're going to do. So let me log in here. So it's okay. So let me open the yes, Sanjay. So you will get all the records, tools covered in this tool. Yes, exactly. The Defender was migrated to an XDR. It's a unified platform now. So we're going to learn the XDR.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. See here. So let me pull it down. Okay. If you see here, all the 4625s, when I was clicking the wrong logins, so this events was generated actually. All the 4625s were generated. Okay. So later, when I was logging successfully, the 4624 will be generated. Okay, the 4624 will be generated. Okay. So likewise, for everything, we will manually do that. Okay. So if it is an attack, we'll manually do that. So we'll perform all the things. We'll perform mimic ads, malwares, ransomware attacks. Okay, on this virtual machine, and we will see everything in the on the other side. So how it look like in our a SIEM. So then we'll create a correlation rule to trick that particular alert. So we'll create a correlation rule here, and we'll repeat that attack again, and we'll see whether we are getting the alerts or not. Okay, so this is the flow actually. Everything will be in a practical manner. So there will be a theory, so that where I'm going to showcase on you the like a whiteboard here. So where I will write and explain everything. Then we'll move to the practicals where we're going to simulate everything. We'll create we'll deploy everything, we'll simulate everything, and we'll observe everything, and then we'll fine tune everything. Because so we need to understand from the attacker point of view how that attack will look like and what might be the like behavior of the mission. So how the mission will behave. Okay. So if I clear the logs, you see that there is a another event ID was generated, right? So we will see the behavior of this mission. Okay, how the system is behaving. Okay, so once we identify how the system is going to behave, then we will write the correlation rules so that we'll fine tune it and we'll perform the attacks. We'll write the correlation rules and we'll fine tune it. So this is what an engineer will do one after the implementation, design implementation. Okay, so once we're done with the designing, once we're done with the implementation of the tools, and we need to deploy the correlation engine as well. Okay, this is one part. Okay, and later we use N8N to automate a lot of stuff. Okay, let me show you that again, in a simple scenario. So, okay, meanwhile, it will take little time to load here. So meanwhile, we'll discuss. So just give me a moment. I will attend this call and come back. Okay. So once we're done with the basic everything, so then we will start the automating. So we'll create some workflows like this. Okay. So we'll create some workflows like that and we'll do some automation here. Okay. We'll integrate all our SIEM solutions or areas and everything so that it will do like all the investigation what L1 and L2 will do. Okay. So we can also create some more like big workflows as well to automate a lot of stuff. But basically, as per our curriculum, we'll also discuss with how to like like investigate basic logs, like how to investigate a few logs automatically, and we'll also integrate this workflows to our SIEM solutions or EDR solutions so that it can automatically identify and collect the IOCs. Okay, so this is a basic workflow which we have here. So let me take a simple random IP. For example, let me give some IP like a 111. So 111 is like it's not a valid IP, right? So it will and also it is not a malicious IP as well, right? So then we'll see what will happen. Let me run the workflow here, whether it was a true or a false. Okay. Okay, let me run it again. I think we have a different IP here. So okay, this is a malicious IP. So which we gave earlier. So that is what it was showing. It was a like a true. Let me give 1.1.1.1 and let me execute it. Okay. So let me run the flow again. See, now it was turns into false. Okay. So and you can also see the like output here. And if you want to see the table here exactly, see here, the score is 0 and this is not a malicious IP. Right. So likewise, we'll create some workflows as well. Okay, this is the like end thing. So once we're done understanding everything, so we'll create some workflows for automate the L1 and L2 tasks as well. Okay, see why the engineering roles is are getting higher day by day is, so every organization is going to like automate all the like L1 and L2s, because L1 work is to identify whether it was a true positive or a false positive. So based upon those investigation, they will conclude that whether it was a true or false. But now with this kind of simple workflow, it can collect all the log and it will identify like the like IOCs, and it will verify directly in the threat intel sites, and it can confirm that whether it was a true positive or a false positive. Right. So likewise, and these reports can be sent to our teams or mail or any output account which we give. So that is one thing which we are also learning, and every organization is also like nowadays like making that L1 and L2s to be automated. Okay, that is also what we are going to learn here. Okay, so like how to do an entire workflow automation and everything in it in a way. Okay, and if you let me show this, like let me stop screen share once and let me open the like curriculum as well. Okay, so this is a simple overview of like module 1, module 2, what we seen in the PPT side. So this is the same thing. Okay, like we'll start with the architecture and deployment of all the platforms, say media, threat intel, everything, and ticketing systems, on-prem, cloud, and hybrid environment. So then we'll deploy our Splunk, Azure Sentinel. So we'll deploy the firewalls, IDS endpoints, and databases, SaaS application, and then we'll start the normalization, parsing, and enrichment of logs, writing correlation drills, and building dashboards, performing fine-tuning and scalability. Then we'll start with an EDR, threat intel. Then we'll go for the network security, device integrations, then the cloud security, then like a SOAR platform, vulnerability management, incident response, and case management with all these tools and everything. Then we'll go for the compliance and reporting. So we'll build the KPIs, key performance indicators, okay, on the different matrices. And actually from the day one, we start the simulating. Okay, from the day one, we start the simulating of attacks and we'll see the logs. Okay, the module 11 is like a all go process. It means from the day one, from the module 1, we will start everything here. Okay, so coming to the capstone projects. So after the module 11, so we're going like we will implement the integration of N8, it's like a complete workflow automation tool where we are going to create some agents for L1 and L2 investigation. Okay. Then I will give you some projects, like a SOC lab, creation of SOC labs and everything. So you are going to do that. Okay. The key highlights of this entire course is like, so as I told, right, we are going to start with very zero. Then we are going to move to every high individual levels where an engineering, like you can fit in an engineering role. Okay. But it's not like I need to do a job in engineering, but it's not like that. So if you want to opt for L2 or L3, you can opt for L3, or if you want to go to the managerial level of roles, so you can go for the managerial level of roles based upon your experience. Okay. So we are not going to uh, like a stop any one solution like here. So when we are picking up a solution here, for example, SIEM. So investigation, creation of correlation rules, performing threat hunting, intelligence, everything will be covered in that SIEM solution, EDR. So likewise, we are going to cover all the processes in a systematical way. Done. So this is what we are going to cover everything. So for more details, you can contact the like Lokesh Garu or Sai Garu on this number. Okay. So, yeah, I think that is from my end today. I hope you understand what we are going to learn in this course. So now, we'll discuss. Okay, so whatever the questions you have, okay, and we'll discuss on that. Okay. So any questions, any queries from you guys? Am I clear?
Hi.
Yep. Yeah, Lin.
Yeah, Gautam. Yeah,
Yeah, Lin.
Gautam. Actually, I was clear. Actually, I understood. And
Yeah.
actually, few things actually this one by looking into the event viewers actually this one have a experience on it, but actually this one completely development side. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
when jobs were failing, when jobs were rerunning, when it is needed, and what is the issue, why the job is stopped. In that cases, actually this one we use the logs and everything in our
Okay.
development. I think, as I said, this one have a 7 years gap now from 2019 to till now.
Mm-hmm.
As a complete developer background, is it okay for me? I have a around 17 years experience in the .NET side, total Microsoft technologies, .NET, the SQL Server, and the Angular JS. Like that experience I have. I never have the experience on it. So will it suit for me to resume my career? And if I am fit, but do I need to go as a basic level, low level L1 engineer, or can I go to L2 or L3 kind of role? That is
Oh,
actually this one, my question.
yeah, leader. Let me clarify here because we are going to start from very basic. So we will understand the networking concepts. So, for example, I will start with very basics. Okay, the first 15 days will be, as I told, right? It will be very basic. So, if you already know the networking concept and everything, it like a recap for our upcoming classes. If we don't know or
Okay.
if we forgot the things, so this will be the classes where you can again refill those gaps. Okay, so
Yeah,
once we
yeah.
start with the networking concept, then we move to the operating concepts, operating system concepts, like the basic Windows concepts and the Linux concepts, like the basic PowerShell commands, so how to fetch the logs, how to fine tune the logs, how to create some users. Okay, so the basic fundamentals. Okay, so then I will give you
Okay.
some notes and documentation where you can practice further. Okay. So after that,
Okay.
I will come up with the uh, information security concept, like see what is CIA triad, what is confidentiality, availability, like everything. Okay. Likewise, we'll start with very basic uh, information security concepts. Okay. So once we're done with the information security concepts, then we'll move to what is SOC. We'll start again with what is SOC and what is SIM, how SIM works, how to implement, how to design and implement that, how to perform the investigation. Okay, there you're going to cover all the L1 tasks and L2 tasks. Okay, so here it's like your choice because So it's not like so you can actually opt for engineering roles after this course directly, because we are going to like learn each and everything in a practical way. And the thing is, see, in cybersecurity, it's always like we need to practice a lot. Okay, so
Okay.
sometimes in my environment, everything works perfectly, but when you are replicating the same thing, sometimes it won't work. Okay,
Correct.
so that you need to understand where is the error, and once we able to identify and rectify uh, those thing, then that's all we can do. Because so as an engineer, we able to understand, and we our mindset will be changed as a finding and working on the troubleshoots, right? So once it's not work, that is very good for us, because it is generating a new use case. So we need to understand how to or rectify that. So once we sit on the system and we will try to rectify that, once we find the solution, that is done. So that is what an engineering kind of thing, and whatever the concept I was teaching here. So end of the day, I was putting the mindset so how the engineer look like, what might be the day-to-day routine of an engineer. So should be look like. Okay. So end of
Okay,
the
Gautam.
day, yeah, end of the day, it's not like whether we are from very zero, or whether you we are from a different background. It's not like that, because I was making everyone in the same page. Then we are moving step by step. Okay, so that at end of the
Understand,
day
Gautam.
we will be in the same page, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
understand.
Yes, Leela. Yep.
Thank you, Gautam. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. So any doubts, any queries for anyone?
Gautam, I have one query,
Yes, Sandeep.
suggestion. Do we need any certification after this course to stand in market as SOC SME?
See, so if there will be not like a dedicated certifications, but there is a sequence of certifications. So based upon our experience, we need
Okay.
to opt. If you want to go for the managerial level, CISM is one of the certifications. So
Mhm.
that you put you in a managerial level of openings. Apart from that, there is no need of any certification. The basic certifications the CEH, is it, for example, if you're looking for or like into the Azure environment, the
Mhm.
clients will look for AZ500. So that kind of stuff, but it's not a mandatory to have a certificate.
No, nowadays they are publishing the job as a
Yeah.
preferred certification.
Yes.
In every job description, they mention this. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
why.
Yep. So, exactly. So for every job description, HRs will post different certifications. Okay, even for freshers, they're asking CISSP. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like that. Okay. So you can
Mhm.
prove yourself in an interview. So that is good enough. So certification
Okay.
nowadays, it worthable. So when you are looking for jobs in a specific role, for example, if you want a VAPT, right?
Mhm.
Or if you want to be like a managerial level of roles, then you need some certifications. But to entry level, I think CEH is enough. Basic certifications will enough. So
Okay.
don't require any a higher level of certifications.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Gautam.
Yeah, Sandeep.
Both are different, right? One is red, one is blue, right? So do we
Yes.
need to know both, or either one is okay,
No, no,
or which
no.
has got more opportunities?
We as an engineer, so we need to, even I teach both here. Why? Because so if we don't know what is that attack look like, we can't create a correlation rule, and we can't understand how the system behaves, right? So here we will learn both, but we'll mainly focus on the blue side. So we minimal focus on the red teaming side, like offensive side, but we mainly focusing on the blue teaming side in this course actually.
Which has got more in the market?
So SOC, like a blue teaming.
Uh,
Why? Because red teaming is, for example, every organization, for example, if taken a common organization, they hire at one or two red teamers and 10 to 20 blue teamers. So it's the ratio will be like this.
Okay.
Yep.
So whatever the labs or whatever the practice we do it here, is that enough for us to get a job in the market, or like?
Yes, that will be enough.
What is the class?
Yes. What?
Oh.
I miss.
No. The class every day 1 hour?
Yeah, every day 1.5 hour. Majorly it's like 1.5 hour. Sometimes it will be 1 hour.
Oh.
Gautam, that's just great
Hero
topics actually.
can take this one, right?
Yeah, I will take. I will take this.
Gautam,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Gautam, actually, I have one question, not question, suggestion. Can we, because now this AIs and all getting more and more and involving cyber security and this part. So can we include expected some more depth in this AI part, innate and some more
Yes, yes.
detailed thing?
Exactly. So because once we done with the basic understanding of everything, so we'll go for the automation, right? So then we will look more in N8N, like creating workflows, creating some agents, including LLMs. So we will have good enough classes to learn entire N8N. So we have multiple projects there as well.
Okay, so we also cover this deployment part also, this innate and
Yes, yes, everything. See,
okay.
everything will deploy with our own hands,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll create everything with our own hands. So there is no script I was giving ready-made. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thanks, Karan.
Thank you.
Actually, to do this, it's a basic level of question, but
No.
how tough is this one to?
Yeah, tough in the sense it's not exactly tough because once you start practicing, so cybersecurity is not at all a tough. The words sometimes when I was talking about APTs, like a correlation, threat hunting, malware analysis, and advanced persistent threats like APTs. So the things it's tough, but once you start doing, it's not tough at all. Okay. So compared to all other jobs, one of the coolest job is cybersecurity. So because I was having like even few of them are also having their experience in cybersecurity here, right? So it's not like headache. So it will give some free of time. It will give you some like a good health compared to all other jobs. So the stress-free job. Um, the other thing is, so how much you practice a lot, that much you gain a lot. So cybersecurity is always practice. Okay. So even from my suggestion is from the day one is right. So whatever the things we learn on the class, you should be repeatedly doing that. So once you repeatedly doing that, so then only you can like understand the concepts. So even when I was teaching here, you can understand very easily. But so if you want to own it, you want to practice it. So how like even if I ask someone to explain me, you should be able to explain me that again, okay, in your own manner. So once you are able to explain the topic to any such person, so that is enough, so that that is good, so that you get to know that okay, that I can understand the topic and I know the topic very much. Okay, so even the easiest interviews in the uh, I think to compare to all other jobs, cybersecurity is the easiest for the like the interview process or interview questions will be the easiest one compared to all other things. Even for L1, L2, L3, the interview questions will be similar, but how way of explanation will be different. That is only the matter here in the security side. Yep. So once we done with the classes, so I will also like give some like material where you can practice the question and answers as well. Okay.
Gautam, I have a question that
Yeah,
uh,
Sandeep.
how can we keep update ourselves of day-to-day threats and uptrends? Is there any
Yeah,
website and community?
exactly. There are so many communities are there. So as I told, right? So we need to be adopt to the like engineering routine. Like so when you wake up, so what might be your first 1 hour? So coming, if you ask me that question, so Gautam, what is your daily routine? So coming to my daily routine, so when I wake up, I go for like bleeping computers, hackers news. Okay, so I also created some alerts there. Okay,
Okay.
so I got an emails every day. So I will walk through those, what is happening in the market. So there is a medium pages. Okay, so where so I will share everything like where we are going to get every day, day to day, like updates. And there are
Okay.
some like websites, a good websites where we can practice simultaneously. That is also I can share. And also I can also share some lot of like Git repos where we can create our own like updating mechanism. Like so, for example, if one of the ATP is APT is active, so how to trace that
Mhm.
APT? Okay, what activity they are doing in a daily basis. Okay, I will also walk through on the dark web side, like how we can get more advantage of on the dark web side, like to grab the threat intels. Okay, threat information data. So that is also one of the routine which I follow. So every day, like 1 or 2 hours, I spend on the like a similar kind of stuff. Okay, so that we can practice and also we can simulate everything. Yes, Sanjay, I think.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you, Gautam.
Thank you.
Mm.
Gautam,
Any?
a small
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Gautam, in our earlier in the software in the IT, actually
Sure.
this one, if you want to become a team lead, at least you should have experience of a like a developer for the at least 5 years, something like that. If you want to be an architect, you want to be a lead, and you have to handle multiple technology projects. I mean, .NET, Java, PHP,
Mm,
something like that. Actually,
okay.
that is the expectation for the for that role.
Yes.
So, in the cybersecurity, do we do we have anything like that, or don't we have any priorities or any prerequisites like that for the roles?
So coming to the engineering role, so we need like a minimum 3+ years of experience is enough to handle the engineering roles.
Okay, for L2 and L3, so definitely there is no prerequisite like he has to understand L1 and L2, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we don't have like that because so based upon the interview you perform, so they will take you like a L1 and L2. So if it is a fresher, so without any experience, you came into the like after your graduation, so consider they will consider like an L1. So if you showcase your so you have an experience, you practice a lot, you did some homework, they will put you in an L2 directly. So it's not like there is like so L1, L2, L3. Even if you have good enough amount of understanding of all the concepts, GRC, like governance and compliance, you can we can directly opt for after like a 4+ years, we can go for the managerial level of role. So here we don't have a team lead kind of stuff here. So we have L1, L2, L3, then we have a manager. Under the manager, again we have an architect and uh, like engineer. Then we have a
Okay.
CISOs and or like a CISO. So he's going to take care of all the security things. So if we have 8+ years of experience with the same stuff, we can go for the CISOs as well with that. So we want to learn a little bit more like on the information security side.
Okay. So resume also no need to speak about the experiences, something like that, right? Only the interview, this one, how you are handling, that is more important. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
that is more important. Exactly. So we don't want to
Okay.
specify like I done this in and this to this year. This is my project. This is my project. We don't want to mention everything in a resume. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi Gautam.
Yeah, hi Sanjay.
Yeah, if we get the experience of 3 years, how much salary we can expect for the SOC engineering role? Like,
So once we
just
crack, so the starting salary of a SOC engineer will be like based upon the organization, it will be differential pay. So I'm going to give a very basic salary like 20 plus LPA.
okay.
Okay.
So compared to SOC Analyst, we'll get high paid.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Very high paid.
Yeah, thanks, Gautam.
Thank you.
These are BMET security, this is in some jobs. Is that the same wording? Cybersecurity, CBMET, all are same or that is different word?
So let me like give you the overview here. So cybersecurity, actually the information security is a bigger umbrella. So in the information security, we have multiple things, like one is cybersecurity and other one is the GRC. And there are some other components as well. Coming to the cybersecurity, again, we have different things coming for, like if you segregate like red teaming and blue teaming. Okay, there are two things. Again, coming to the red teaming, we have VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. Again, in the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, we have web application, infrastructure, cloud, network, thin client. So likewise, we have coming to the like a blue teaming. So we have SOC operations. So under the SOC operations, again, we have like SIEM, security information event management, EDR, like vulnerability management, email security, malware analysis, threat hunting. So this is the like branches, it will be derived. So cybersecurity is the one word. So whenever we are talking about the cybersecurity, so that covers both red teaming and blue teaming. Actually, in our course, actually we are covering both, like but we are majorly focusing on the like a defensive side, right? Like a engineering role, not majorly on the offensive side. So once you also practice the more into offensive side, so you can opt for red teaming as well, because both see the terminologies, whatever the terminology we use in the offensive security, the same terminology we use in the defensive security. Whatever the terminology or the tools we learn, the tools will be different from, for example, in the attacker point of view, we'll use multiple tools, for example, like a Metasploit framework. So we'll also like learn everything to understand the basic understanding of what are all the tools we have, like Nmap, Metasploit, Wireshark. We'll also learn that things. But if you want to master the VAPT, so that is the different way of approach. Okay, so we want to learn every tools in the Kali Linux. Okay, Hydra for the brute force attack. So there are some like for Bob Suite for the web application penetration testing. So there are some other tools we have. But coming to the attack side, so we would understand the common terminology like brute force, malwares, or like phishings, SQL injections, cross-site scripting, session hijacking. So we learn every other things will be the similar one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What about others? I think if you are asking the questions, what about the others? Like,
Hey Gautam, last question from my side.
Yep.
Actually, this one. How much practice, how many hours of practice do we need that? And what is the best laptop for this? What are the specifications we have to use to purchase to any laptop kind of thing?
So because we want to run multiple virtual machines at a time, so at least we require 16 GB of RAM, the latest processor. So it should be greater than i5. i5 is enough. More than i5 is also good. 16 is enough. More than 16 is also good. Okay.
Okay, thank. And how many hours actually ideally we need to practice
So
so to get the crack the job interview and to comfortable for the interview as per your idea.
uh, I I can't tell the rough number directly because so for example, if you understand on the go, you can simulate everything on the go. So you don't require much practice. If you don't understand and if you're taking some more time on a particular what topic, so it will take. So roughly, so every day you need to spend some extra time like 1 or 2 hours. So roughly it's like it will take around 100 hours of time, 100, so 100 hours of time to like mm, practice to make it very hands-on.
Okay, Gautam.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.